Are you struggling to get results from cold email? If so, you're not alone. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the exact strategy that I used to cold email the president of the largest marketing agency in the world, and I got a reply in under an hour. Ready to go? Let's dive into it. So the key to having success with cold email is to not be a spammer. You cannot take a carpet-bombing, template-based approach in today's market and hope to achieve success. Instead, you need to follow the guidelines that I'm going to explain in this video to create a hyper-personalized introduction. The first thing they read, the thing they see in the preview window, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can very easily delegate all of this work to a subordinate on your team, be they a virtual assistant, employee, SDR, or what have you. So to start off with, let's take a look at the email that I sent to Chris, and then let's unpack how I wrote the introduction. So on your screen, you can see the email. It says, "Hey Chris, Trent here, founder of CEO. Let me start by asking you a really tough question. Do you really think Hugh Jackman is a better actor than Ryan Reynolds? As a Canadian, I'm a much bigger fan of Mr. Reynolds. Plus, as you accurately pointed out, he is a marketing genius, etc., etc., etc." So you see pretty much until this image, all of this information here is very, very highly personalized. So how did I get this information and how long did this take me to do? To be honest with you, I put approximately 20 minutes into research, and here's what I recommend. Here's what I did, and here's what I recommend that you do. The key to be able to making claims like I made in the introduction of this, for example, the bit about Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and so forth, I mean, that's not going to be on the surface of someone's LinkedIn profile. So if you're only referencing surfacey stuff on the About page or here in their LinkedIn profile, the chances of you getting the person's attention goes down significantly because you didn't really have to do very much work to get it. A classic example of this is I would get people cold emailing me saying, "Hey Trent, I loved your podcast episode with so-and-so," but they wouldn't make any specific claims that would let me know that they actually listened to the episode. So in the case of Chris, I started looking at the articles that were under his featured section, and in particular, I started reading the comments. Now you can see here, we've got a reference to Ryan Reynolds, so I read the article, and that is where I learned that he thinks that Hugh Jackman is a better actor than Ryan Reynolds. So if you spend a bit of time looking into their posts and other people's comments on their posts and their replies to other people on their posts, or you read articles that they have obviously written and published elsewhere, you're going to very quickly have all the ammunition that you need to write this hyper personalized intro. Now the rest of the email is pretty much sales 101. You need to follow all of the things that you've ever mentioned. I'm actually not really going to cover that in a whole lot of detail in this video. I mean, you can read what I've written, but basically you have to have a compelling sales message. And that's the part that can be the template that goes the same information to the same person after person. Because in this case, I actually sent all of this stuff to all of the top 5 marketing agencies, this is the presidents rather, of the top 5 marketing agencies in the world. All right, so now that you understand what I've done, and you can see that it is fairly time consuming to do, I want to make sure that you understand how you can very easily delegate this to somebody else on your team. So if you take a browse through Flowster's SOP template marketplace, and you search for the word Outbound, or you click on the premium playbooks, you'll see that we have one called the Outbound Marketing Playbook. You may want to register for one of our upcoming webinars, and there may or may not be a link in the description of this video for that. Depends on whether we have one planned or not. Depends on when you watch this, of course. But nonetheless, when you get this, you actually get all of the SOPs that you need to be able to immediately basically delegate this process to somebody else on your team, and they're literally just going to follow there's several checklists that come in this playbook. All these checklists live in Flowster's application, and it will make it very, very easy for you to delegate this work to somebody else on your team. And as you can imagine, if you get even one client out of this approach, you will have gotten a significant ROI on your investment in this playbook and in Flowster. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see future videos like this, be sure to become a subscriber and maybe even consider hitting the little bell so you get notifications of when we publish future videos. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.